The Late Show studio buzzed with an electric, expectant energy as Stephen Colbert strode to his desk, his grin warm and disarming. The audience roared in approval, a thunderous welcome that rattled the rafters. It was the sound of a crowd ready for truth laced with laughter. Across from him sat Elon Musk, tech mogul billionaire icon, with tousled hair and a laid-back sprawl. His posture was casual, but his eyes gleamed with self-satisfaction, the aura of a man too used to commanding rooms. His hands rested smugly on the chair's arms, as if he owned not just the set, but the moment. The crowd, a strange mix of Colbert loyalists and Musk devotees, clapped and cheered with a restless edge. Beneath their applause ran a current of tension. An unspoken question: would Colbert's wit pierce Musk's bravado? And then it began. Colbert, ever poised, leaned into his opening. "Folks, we've got a big guest tonight, Elon Musk. The guy with more money than most countries and a plan to leave us all behind for Mars." The jab, wrapped in charm, drew a wave of laughter. The audience trusted Colbert. He was their voice, sharp, grounded, fearless. Musk smirked, reclining further. "Stephen, I'm saving humanity, one rocket at a time." "You're welcome." His tone was drenched in arrogance, the line falling flat. The applause thinned, a few uneasy chuckles, the rest unsure whether to clap or cringe. Colbert raised an eyebrow. "Saving us, huh? Still rocking that billionaire glow like it's our privilege to watch." A laugh from the crowd, sharper this time. They were with him. The conversation moved to space. "So Elon," Colbert said, voice light but pointed, "this whole Mars thing, are you serious about colonizing it? Or is it just a luxury resort for the ultra, rich to escape us Earth-bound peasants?" The crowd erupted. The joke landed, but it cut deep. Musk shrugged. "I'm serious. Earth's a mess, Mars is the future." His tone was smug, detached. The crowd shifted, some clapped. Others didn't. A chill began to settle under the studio lights. Colbert leaned in. "The future, huh? And what about the rest of us? The ones left footing the bill for your cosmic joyride. Ever think about that?" His voice was still light, but his eyes sharpened. The crowd felt it. Something deeper had cracked open. Musk scoffed. "Oh, Stephen, you're whining about bills now. Stick to comedy. Leave the vision to me." The words hung in the air like a slap. The audience gasped. A few boos flickered out. The mood had shifted, quickly, dangerously. Colbert's smile thinned. "Comedy, sure, but I'm not the one dodging reality with a private planet." The reply cut clean, controlled, unshaken. The audience burst into applause, louder, bolder now. Their trust in Colbert flared into loyalty, and just like that the balance tipped. Musk sat back, lips tight in a forced grin, fingers tapping the armrest like a man calculating his exit. Whatever dominance he brought into the room was slipping, inch by inch, beneath Colbert's steady, grounded presence. The studio crackled, less like a talk show now, more like a reckoning. And the question lingered, would this remain a clash of ideas, or had Elon Musk just lit a fuse that would take the whole stage down with him? Musk's fingers drummed the armrest with a restless edge, his cold eyes scanning the audience like they were ants beneath a boot. A mogul poised to bulldoze anyone in his way. Across from him, Colbert sat still. The grin was gone, replaced by a hard, level stare. His voice sliced through the charged silence. "Dodging reality, Elon. That's rich. Coming from a guy who thinks Mars fixes everything, while the rest of us are stuck picking up the pieces." His words were crisp, deliberate, a jab that hit dead center. The crowd erupted, clapping hard, some whooping, their support forming a wall behind him. The studio was no longer a stage. It was a battleground, and Musk's armor was starting to crack. Musk leaned forward, his voice frosted over. "Oh, Stephen, so noble, huh? Crying for the little people while I'm out here solving actual problems. Maybe stick to your jokes." The disdain was thick, his sneer a shove aimed not just at Colbert but the entire room. The crowd turned. Boos rose. Shouts pierced through. The unease had become anger, an emotional wave crashing into Musk's ego. Colbert's eyes lit with fire. "Jokes? Sure. But at least I'm not pretending my bank account makes me a savior. You're solving problems for who, Elon? Yourself. His reply hit like a thunderclap. Fierce, but fair. The audience roared, some leaping to their feet, the studio shaking with their energy. This wasn't just applause. It was allegiance. Musk's composure cracked. His hands slashed the air. You don't get it, Stephen. I'm building the future. You're stuck in the past whining about fairness. It's pathetic. His voice rose, a snarl of entitlement. Whatever patience he had was gone. The audience recoiled, boos swelling. Shouts of "Get out!" And "You're the joke," breaking through. Loyalty to Colbert had crystallized into fury. But Colbert didn't flinch. He stayed calm, grounded, his voice unwavering. The future, huh? Sounds like a convenient excuse to leave the rest of us behind. I'm not whining. I'm watching out for them. Something you seem to have forgotten. He gestured subtly toward the seats, the real people. His words were a shield, his stance unshakable. The crowd answered with a thunderous ovation. A tidal wave of cheers and applause. He wasn't just a host anymore. He was their champion. Musk shot to his feet. The chair scraped back with a harsh metallic grind. I don't need this, Stephen, he snarled. You're a clown. I'm done with your sanctimonious garbage. He ripped off his mic. The cord snapped loose, flailing wildly as he glared, his face twisted with rage. The billionaire sheen shattered. Keep your little show. I've got better things to do. He stormed off stage, his footsteps pounding like drumbeats of retreat. Boos chased him down the corridor. Some in the crowd cheered, pure catharsis. Colbert watched him go, then leaned back, hands raised in mock surrender. Alone. Take care. Mars won't miss you. The line was quiet, but it landed like a final blow. The crowd exploded. Cheering, clapping, standing. The fire had flared, and Musk had burned out. Exposed alone, Colbert sat steady. The mic Elon had ripped off now dangled from the empty chair like a war trophy. His face was calm, collected, a blend of resolve and quiet strength. He had taken the heat and never budged. Behind the scenes, chaos ignited. Crew darted through the wings, headsets alive with urgent chatter. Phones lit up, Elon's meltdown already spinning across the digital world. Clips flooded online. I'm done with your sanctimonious garbage. The viral moment. Some called it a tantrum. Others hailed it as Colbert's righteous stand. The internet split. But the studio knew where it stood. Colbert leaned into the mic again, voice smooth as silk. Well, folks, looks like Elon's off to colonize the green room. Guess he didn't like the view from Earth. Laughter erupted. Loud, relieved, joyful. He'd just thrown them a lifeline, and they grabbed on tight. He didn't dwell. Didn't gloat. He pivoted smooth as ever. I thought we'd talk rockets, not launch one offstage. My mistake. He mimicked Elon's mic toss with a playful shrug, drawing another round of booming laughter. The tension was gone, melted in the warmth of shared humor. He rode the wave effortlessly. Musk's rage, fading. Colbert's calm, absolute. He grinned, turning the moment into momentum. All right, he said, voice rising. Let's move on. We've still got a show to do. Folks. Colbert called out, eyes bright, voice steady. Ready for some fun. His hand extended, a bridge of warmth. His smile genuine, unwavering. The audience roared back, their cheers a rolling storm that shook the walls. Some stood. Others shouted. A collective surge of energy bound them to his side. This wasn't about Elon's fall anymore. It was about the rise that followed. A triumph not built on bitterness, but clarity. The show flowed on. The crowd's buzz now a steady heartbeat. Their trust in him was solid. Some nodded, others beamed. A night that had flirted with collapse now stood firm. Colbert was the anchor, Musk, a shadow in the rearview. Step by step, the host had turned confrontation into control, crisis into showcase. The break loomed, but it felt like punctuation, not interruption. Just a pause in a story that already belonged to them. The break faded. The late show roared back to life. The lights bathed Colbert in a vibrant glow, the crowd's energy surging again. The earlier shock was gone. Just a whisper now. In its place came thunder, cheers crashing like waves against the set. They weren't celebrating Musk's tantrum. They were saluting a stand, a fire forged in real time, now pulsing through their applause. Colbert stood tall, his posture relaxed, his grin wide and true. There was a gleam in his eye, a quiet, righteous strength. He had stared down a billionaire's scorn and walked away with the room. The audience was locked in. Their hands clapped, voices soared. They were eager to watch him close out a night that had teetered on chaos and landed on conviction. It wasn't spectacle they applauded. It was principle, and Colbert didn't linger on Musk's meltdown. He didn't reach for low-hanging points. Instead, he kept the room lifted, his warmth steady, his rhythm clean. "Well, folks," he said with a smile, "we hit a little turbulence. Elon took off faster than his rockets. But we're still here, right?" The chuckle sparked a release. Laughter poured out. Some whooped. Others leaned back, exiling the tension. The rift was bridged. The moment was theirs now. His hands moved slowly, grounding the room. His voice a thread that stitched them back together. He added, "You've just got to ride the storm." And tonight, we did. The audience erupted again, their cheers surging with gratitude. Musk's arrogance faded under Colbert's light, a pivot that didn't punch down, just moved forward. Beyond the studio, the online storm swirled. Clips flooded timelines. "I'm done with your sanctimonious garbage," a viral moment. Debate raged. Some slammed Musk's ego. Others praised Colbert's spine. But one truth was clear. The spotlight didn't flicker. It stayed right where it belonged, Colbert. Unshaken. The crew watched as view counts climbed. His words weren't just clever. They were grounded. The clash became a step up. A night of flame that he'd shaped into fuel. Then, with perfect timing, Colbert brought out the musical guest. The band's first note washed over the crowd like a cleansing wave. Laughter turned to motion. Shoulders swayed. Applause settled into rhythm. The sharp edges of the night softened, not dulled but earned. A close that glowed with truth, not from a victory over someone, but from a stand taken with someone, the audience. The clock ticked down. Colbert took one final beat beneath the lights alone. A calm presence that held the entire space. His voice dropped into something rich with gratitude. "You folks are the heart of this. Thanks for sticking with me." He looked out, no cue cards, no punchline. "Hit that like button if you felt it. Subscribe for more real nights." And then, the room erupted. A standing ovation. A roar that rattled the rafters. The audience wasn't just watching anymore. They were part of it. Colbert had taken a blowout and spun it into brilliance, step by steady step. The cameras pulled back, capturing faces lit with pride. Some buzzing, others misty-eyed, all united by a night that meant something. Musk's tantrum, a memory, Colbert's stand, a flame that would burn far longer. The screen faded to black, a perfect end to a show that had soared, truth over bluster, earned in real time. And one final voiceover. "Hey, if you felt that stand, smash that like, subscribe, and stick around. We're just getting started."